I bought this amplifier as an additional tool for my podcast, radio show and small activities. This small amplifier is very useful and functional and is a very good tool to be used in your parties. In general terms, I found that the size of the amplifier is very good for me and the controls are pretty nice, considering the price point. If you are a beginner, I would say that this unit is a very good value for the money. If you are a professional, you can use it in your activities without problems. It has different modes that you can use, for example, as a radio FM tuner, Bluetooth, aux, DVD, CD, USB, and SD. It has 2 mic ports that works very well, with a very good mic sound. It also has a 1/4 headphones port. The sound is great when using the aux, DVD, CD, USB, and SD modes. By the way, although the equipment allows you to select DVD and CD modes, you can actually use those ports for other RCA connections as well. For example, I can use them with my mixer and my DJ controller if needed. There is a hidden capability about preset equalizers. You can use them if you desire when using the radio FM tuner, Bluetooth, USB, and SD modes. The Moukey MAMP1 is labeled Digital Karaoke Amplifier, and while it can certainly fill that role, it can also do much more. In fact, it could be the hub of a home entertainment system. This unit combines a power amplifier with an AM/FM receiver. It also offers connections for DVD and CD players, as well as wireless Bluetooth connectivity for phones and MP3 players, etc. Additionally, there's a slot for an SD card and a USB jack, plus a 1/8 aux input. As mentioned earlier, this unit is designed with karaoke in mind, and for that application, 2 1/4 mic inputs are included. There's a separate mic volume control as well as an echo knob for adding reverb to the vocals. Other controls include treble and bass knobs, plus a balance control, as well as an input select knob. There's also a folder, track control for indexing an MP3 player or similar. The tiny chrome button select mode and wireless as well as acting as controls for the radio receiver and a CD player. There's a headphone jack, 1/4, included also. I should mention that the included remote will control nearly all of the functions you can access from the front panel. Moukey rates this unit as 220 W peak power, 110 WX2. Although I have no way to gauge what this means in real-world terms. It does offer plenty of power for home use though, especially if one takes advantage of the dual speaker jacks, utilizing 2 pairs of good speakers. Basically, this unit could replace a standard amplifier and receiver as the hub of a home entertainment system if you don't need to hook up a turntable. There's no phono jack, with the necessary preamp included, so if you listen to music on vinyl, you'll need extra equipment. I've had no issues with the Bluetooth wireless connectivity, using my phone. All in all, this is a really good and useful item, especially at this price point. Just be aware of its limitations and it'll be great. This is an amazing piece of gear. The sound is excellent and it can manage an incredible number of sound sources, truly remarkable for such a small thing. I'm a tinkerer, so after spending most of the first day of ownership connecting, reconnecting, jiggering, testing out, and sometimes cussing, I'm now sitting at my laptop listening with my Bluetooth headphones to a vinyl LP recording of Mozart's clarinet chamber music sourced by my Audio-Technica turntable. I capitalize these items because the experts on this site have said that neither of these things could be done. Or that they might be able to be done, but how to do it is another question. Well, I'm doing it right now. So here is how it is done. It is not difficult once you know the tricks. First, though, a really easy one. You've probably noticed that the included FM wire antenna isn't the greatest. At least the one they sent me isn't. The automatic station finder found 40 signals, which isn't too bad, but the closest one and the one I like to listen to has static, no matter how I position the wire antenna. So, during my tinkering and jiggering, I connected the FM input connector on the back of the Moukey to a cable outlet in the nearby wall. I used the same sort of coaxial cable connector that you use to connect your router to your coaxial cable feed. It worked. I now have 65 stations from all over the country and every one crystal clear. Next, another easy job, the turntable. I'm using an Audio-Technica turntable that gives me a choice of using its preamp or its unamplified output. You want to use the unamplified output because the Moukey is an amplifier. If your cord out from the turntable has RCA connectors, Just plug them right into the DVD-RCA receptacles in the back of the Moukey. If you don't have RCA connectors, simply purchase a jack to RCA connector somewhere and turn the cord into one you can use. You may also need a short connector that has 2 female ends. Connect them up, then connect your speakers if you haven't already. I'm using the RCA connections just to the right of the DVD-RCA connectors, and have the amplifier connected to 8 Bose ceiling speakers. They sound fabulous. I haven't even connected speakers with the wire connections on the back left of the amplifier. I probably won't. But, if you want to be adventuresome, watch the rest of this. If you want to connect other things via Bluetooth, and/or if you want to be able to send music, say, or more FM station connections to the Moukey and transmit the same to another device, yes, it can be done. Now first make sure that are no jacks plugged all the way into the receptacles for the microphones or the headphones on the lower front left side of the Moukey. They cut out all other outlets, and you don't want to do that right now. Now it's time to buy a Bluetooth transmitter. I don't think it has to be a fancy, expensive one. Depends on how much of an audiophile you are. I have an inexpensive little square transmitter, receiver that is very, very touchy, and if it works, anything you buy will probably be better than what I've got. And my cheap little thing sounds divine. Teaching moment. The more work it takes to connect, the more valuable and appreciated the experience. So cheap and hard is good. Up to a point. I digress. Okay. Using a cord with a double band jack connector, for stereo, on each end, plug one end into the female headphone receptacle on the lower front of the Moukey. Push the connector all the way in until it clicks. Connect the other end to your Bluetooth transmitter. Now, turn the Moukey power off. You need to do this so your headphones, or whatever, do not connect to the Bluetooth receiver of the Moukey or to your speakers or some other device and sabotage your project. I use my smartphone's Bluetooth to check, and then turn off any interfering devices. There's also some apps on Google Play that find errant Bluetooth devices. Everything off? Now do whatever your Bluetooth transmitter requires to connect to whatever Bluetooth receiver you want to transmit to. This is where my cheap transmitter and my headphones argue for a while. When they are connected, power on the Moukey. Set the input selector to whatever you want your source to be. Turn on the source, say turntable, if you have not already done so. Right now mine is pointing at the DVD and my turntable is on, so I can listen to Mozart. The little LED display shows our local NPR station, but I don't think that is really important. What's transmitted is what you have chose with the input selector. You are now listening to sound transmitted from your Moukey, which is supposedly impossible. Is that really cool or what? Now here is a trick. Your speakers or headphones are picking up a signal sent by your external Bluetooth transmitter that's connected to the headphone jack of your Moukey amplifier that's connected to your Moukey that's connected to your sound source via the RCA connectors on the back. But your Moukey has a Bluetooth receiver that isn't being used. You can now connect your smartphone, or something else, I'll call it device number 2, to your Moukey's unused Bluetooth receiver and listen via your headphones or speakers to another sound source, device number 2. That you may not even thought of. True, you could connect your speakers or headphones directly to this device number 2, say your smartphone, but what's the fun in that? Besides, then you would miss out on the great sound of the Moukey. So, set your Moukey so the display reads blue. Then use your number 2 device's Bluetooth and connect to Moukey MAMP1, which in my case happened immediately and makes me want to replace my cheap Bluetooth transmitter. However, staying on task, turn your input selector, on the right side of the Moukey all the way to the right, to MP3, W, and there you are. Your smartphone, or whatever, device number 2, is now transmitting to your Moukey, and your Moukey is transmitting to your headphones or speakers or whatever you connect via the new Bluetooth transmitter that's connected to the Moukey. And if you want even more FM options, download free from Google Play, Radio FM radio station app. Local radio free, FM radio app and photo gallery and notes. Your phone will be connected to crystal clear FM stations all over the world. I suspect there are 250 stations. Send your chosen station's output to the Moukey Bluetooth receiver and let the Bluetooth transmitter fill your linked headphones or speakers with FM music from all over the world. Pleasantly surprised with this unit. I've hooked this up to a pair of old speakers, medium quality, and very good sound. Classical music sounding spot on. I also connected an old cassette deck again, play back and sound really good. The USB function again could not fault it, and the Bluetooth from my phone, yes. Again, really good sound. Not had a chance to check out the remote yet, however all said this really is brilliant for the price and it can really pump out the sound. I am old school and prefer an amp setup with a separate tape deck and CD connection. I like the combination of new and old tech all in one. The sound quality is as good as older amps in my possession, quality and construction is very good, nice brushed metal finish to the chassis. My only hope is that it will have longevity and doesn't burn out. I would pay attention to the recommendations, i.e. this is not designed to play at full blast for long periods of time. In saying that, you do not really need to turn up the volume that much to get it sounding quite loud. I really like this compact amp and would recommend.
Hope you enjoyed the video. You guys can initiate a discussion in the comment box, if you have any different opinions about the contents in this video. Be the first to start the debate in the box below. Purchase links related to the products in this video are kept in description. We will be grateful if you could please make your next purchase from that link, as this will help us to grow our channel. Good morning, good evening and good night, whichever part of the world you are from. Don't forget to subscribe to stay connected. I will assure you to make quality and interesting videos in future. This is Jason Peter, signing off.